Hi friends, welcome back to Perfect Study channel. Now in today's video we will complete the average series of questions and these questions are from CAT 2002 to 2007. So let's begin. Number 1. Amol was asked to calculate the arithmetic mean of 10 positive integers, means average of 10 positive integers, each of which had 2 digits. By mistake, he interchanged the 2 digits in one of these 10 integers. As a result, his answer for the arithmetic mean was 1.8 more than what it should have been. Then b minus a equals what? So these are all 2-digit numbers. Let's say the digits are a and b, and like this there are 10 numbers. Now what is the change in average? The change in average is equal to 1.8 because of interchanging the digits of one of the number. Means if the number was AB, he made it BA by mistake, only for one number. Now the change in average because of this interchange is 1.8. And how many numbers are there? There are 10 numbers. That means the change in total will be 1.8 multiplied by 10 numbers. The total has changed by 18. Okay. Now here we have to understand the concept, and if we understand the concept, immediately we will get the answer. Whenever we have a 2-digit number AB and we change it to BA, there is a difference in the number. The difference in the number will be equal to 9 multiplied by difference in digits. What do I mean by this? For example, if the difference of A and B is 1, then the difference in the number will become 9 into 1, 9. For example, if you take 12 and reverse it, make it 21, the difference will be 9. If the difference in the digits is 2, for example 13, and you make it 31, the difference in the number will become 18, which is actually 9 multiplied by 2, where 2 is the difference in digit, difference in 3 and 1. So now here the question is, what is b minus a? Means what is asked is difference in digits, and we know that 18 is equal to 9 multiplied by 2, so the difference in digit is 2. Answer b minus a, difference in the digit was 2. Okay, next one. Is 500 the average or arithmetic mean score in the GMAT? So this is a data sufficiency question and I have to answer this. Is the average equal to 500? Only one thing please remember, if you get a definite answer no, that 500 is not the average, that is also an answer. Now statement A, half the people who take the GMAT score above 500 and half the people score below 500. So we have half people scoring more than 500 and here half people scoring less than 500. Now just because here we have half people and here half people does not mean the middle number will be 500. Now what is when it will be 500? When the total score of this half people and the total score of this half people will become equal. If this total score becomes equal, then yes, I can say that my average will be equal to 500, but I don't know whether it is equal or whatever. This is a question mark, I don't know that. That is why first statement does not give me the answer. Now let's check the second statement. The highest GMAT score is 800 and lowest is 200. Now if the highest is 800 and the lowest is 200, what about the numbers in between? All the other numbers we don't have any idea, so we cannot say that the average is 500. Maybe, may not be. Again, this does not give me answer. Now let me try to combine them. By combining, do I get? Now if my half is greater than 500 and I say that the highest is 800 and half are less than 500 and lowest is 200, still I don't have any information about the total. What about the values of the other numbers? So we cannot say the 500 is the average score for sure. Maybe, may not be. So the question cannot be answered by, so sorry, this option will be, the question cannot be answered by both of the statements together. That is option number D. Even by both statements we cannot answer it. Next one. 10 years ago, the ages of the members of a joint family of 8 people added up to 231 years. 3 years later, after 3 years, one member died at the age of 60 years and a child was born during the same year. After another 3 years, one more member died again at 60 and a child was born during the same year. The current average age of this 8-member joint family is nearest to what? Now, first thing, let me assume that nobody died and nothing happened. Let's assume a very simple case. So there are 8 people. What is their total? 10 years ago their total was 231. So today what will be their total? 231 plus every member has increased by 10 years. So this is equal to 231 plus 80. 311 is my today's total of 8 people today. Now let's do the adjustment for this one member died and a child was born. Now what is the difference between the age of this child and the member? The difference is 60 years. Now the child's age is starting from when the member died. That means we are effectively losing 60 years in this total calculation. Similarly, after another 3 years, when one more member died at 60 and a child was born, again it's a loss of 60 years effectively in my total. So my new total today will be 311 minus 60 into 2. Now if you are wondering that why we have not added the age of the child, what it will be today, that is not required, because if the member would have been living today, assume this person would have been living today, he would have been 67 and the child is 7. So effectively always the loss is of 60 only. That is why this new total will be 311 minus 120. It is equal to 191. And my new average is 191 divided by same 8 members. It is 23 point something, approximate value will be equal to 24. That is option number E. Okay. Number 4. The average weight of a class of 100 students is 45 kg. The class consists of 2 sections, 1 and 2 each, with 50 students. The average weight W1 of section 1 is smaller than the average weight W2 of section 2. If the heaviest student, say Deepak, of section 2 is moved to section 1 and the lightest student, say Poonam, of section 1 is moved to section 2, then the average weights of the two sections are switched. That is, the average weight of section 1 becomes section 2 and that of section 2 becomes W1. What is the weight of Poonam? Right. So here we have a class of 100 students and their average is 45. Right. Now this is divided in 2 sections, section 1, section 2. Section 1 has 50 students and section 2 has 50 students. Right. And the average of W1 of section 1 is smaller than the average weight W2 of section 2. Okay, fine. So this W1 average is less than W2. Now the question also says that if we take the heaviest student of section 2 and move him to section 1 and the lightest of section 1 to section 2, the average weights will become switched. Means this will become W2 and this will become W1. We need to find the weight of Poonam. So let's check the first information. W2 minus W1 is 1.0. That is the difference of the average weight of these two groups. This question can be solved if you are good in the concept of weighted average. If we know that the combined average of both the groups is 45 and the strength of the groups are same, when the strength of the groups is same, the weighted average is nothing but the simple average of the group averages. Means this average is nothing but W1 plus W2 by 2. Why? Because my weights are same, 50-50, that is 1:1. That is why. Now, if this is 45 and if the difference is 1.0, there is no need to make any equation. Keep 0.5 here, 0.5 here. That means W1 will become 44.5 and W2 will become 45.5. Okay. Remember, when the group strength is equal, the combined average is equidistant from both the group averages. Means the gap of weight, the gap of first group average and the overall average should be equal to the gap between the second group average and the overall average. Alright. For example, if the difference would have been, let's say 10, then we would have taken 5 here, 5 here, means 35, 40 and 50. Okay. So let's move. Now what we want to know is, can we find the weight of Poonam from here? Let's see what we can do from here. If Deepak shifts here and Poonam shifts here, this will become 45.5. That means the weight, the average weight of this group will increase by 1. If the average increases by 1, what is the total increase? Total increase is 50 into 1, 50, which means Deepak is equal to, so Deepak will be equal to Poonam's weight plus how much? Plus 50. Why? Because when Deepak comes here and Poonam goes here, the average increases by 1 and the total increase is 50. That does not mean that Deepak is 50 or Poonam is 50. It simply means Deepak and Poonam, their difference is equal to 50. So from here we can't get exactly the weight of Poonam. Now let's see the next one. Moving Deepak from section 2 to section 1 without any move from 1 to 2 makes the average weights of the two sections equal. Now let's forget the first one and simply concentrate on the second one. If I move Deepak from here to here and I don't move anybody from 1 to 2, my number in the second one, it will become how much? 51. Here the number will become 51 and here the number will become 49, and it says it makes the average weights of the two sections equal. Now if the average weights of the two sections are equal and the total average is 45, that means their average, their new average must be 45. There is no other possibility, but that will not give us any other information. Why? See, because including Deepak I can get my total. From here what I can get? Total with Deepak. What is the total with Deepak? 51 multiplied by 45, which is equal to 2295. From here what I have to subtract is total without Deepak. What will be my total without Deepak? What I know is number is 50, but what is this W1? Do I know this W1? Please don't take this 44.5 because that was in statement A. First I am trying to solve it without statement A. If it cannot be solved, then we will take statement A. Now because I don't know W1, what I will get here is 50 into W1, which is I don't know the value, so I can't subtract and get Deepak's value. And if I can't get Deepak's value, there is no question of getting Poonam's value also. That is not possible, right? So statement number B individually also does not solve the problem. Now can we combine it? Yes, we can, because when we consider statement A also, then we know that this value is 44.5. So if you take W1 as 44.5, then the total becomes 2225. I am writing here Deepak will be equal to 2295 minus 2225, which is equal to 70, and if Deepak is 70, then Poonam is 70 minus 50, that is 20. Although this final part is not required for the solution, but for better understanding I have actually calculated Poonam's weight also. That means by combining both we are able to solve the question. Okay, so this was a very important question which looks quite complex, and it is also, but it helps us to get a better understanding of the concept of weighted averages. Alright, so with this we end the average series of questions for CAT. And if you have not seen our earlier videos, I just want to tell you that we have solved all the questions of average from the beginning of the CAT 1990 till 2007, and same thing I have also done for percentages. I had started for data interpretation and I will be continuing that from now on. If you like the video, please don't forget to click on the like button, hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon to receive the latest notifications. Check our Facebook group link in the description box. Give your feedback and comments in the comment section. We'll meet you in the next video, which will be on data interpretation. Thank you.